What's up, everybody? Episode 72 of the Basketballists. We got a little two-part interview here with two very important people within an AAU organization. We have Coach Ike here, who's been a main integral part to the PSA Cardinals, better for, over a decade, right?
Yeah, man, I've been here for 13, 14 years, baby.
And so, yeah, he's been on staff, helping make the program a national powerhouse and a launching pad for Division I and NBA. He's a trusted developer and a mentor inside one of the country's top grassroots organizations. So, welcome, James, Coach Ike.
Thank you.
Isaac.
It's always a pleasure. Thank
Yeah.
you for having me.
Oh, no, of course. And, you took the trip from Long Island to get here.
Yeah, man. Long journey, but hey, this is what it's all about, This is what we do.
That's good. That's good. So, we wanted to bring you guys on and kind of basically just get an insight on what's going on and what you guys seen from where you guys started to where you are now, because I know the culture's kind of shifted, and basically how have you guys been able to maintain that level of success? It's really hard. It's we talked about, it's a dog eat dog world in AAU. So just basically, I guess, principles of how you guys go about your business.
Number one, standing on business. We stand on business. PSA Cardinals, it's all about business. Every day we go out and we put our best foot forward to bring the best kids with the best culture, and more important than anything, making sure that they understand the process of the business and the game.
That's huge. And then, again, I think people tend to lose the focus. Again, yes, this is a business, but being able to mentor young men and kind of help shape them and use basketball to kind of, develop them and build them up. Like, how have you guys been able to provide those tools to mentor these young men?
Well, first of all, we have a strong culture, and that's what we believe in, and we stand on that. We go out and we get kids that can fit into our program and that we know that we can help get to the next level. We take all types of kids. It's not an easy journey, it's not an easy task, but the most important thing is that we get them to buy into the culture, to buy into the program, and understand what's the big prize at the end of the tunnel.
No, you guys got anything to talk
And
about?
I'm looking around and I keep seeing double clap, double clap, double clap.
Oh yeah, that's a
Where does that come from? Where did that originate?
Baby. Let me tell you, it comes from me, you know, just my energy and my desire for the game and the passion for the game. You know what I'm saying? I cry. I cry a lot. I'm very emotional. You know what I'm saying? The love and the passion that I have for my program, my kids, is just unbelievable. And I started it a long time ago because it's about who's paying attention, who's locked in, who's engaged. So we'll be in the middle of practice and we'll have a fundamental breakdown and I'll say double clap. Now, half the kids might not do it because they're not mentally locked in. So that's my way of making sure that everybody's locked in. But it's something that I brought to the program and it's stuck with the program, man. And every kid loves it. They love me and I love them because I come from my heart and soul, what I give them. I volunteer my time. I have 5 kids. I have six, excuse me. I have 6 kids, 6 grandkids. Okay. And I make sure that I commit to this program and give these kids everything that they need. More than anything, I just try my best to love them up, man. Because when you walk into our program, it's just not basketball. It's a culture, and it's a responsibility that each and every one of our coaches have for our kids is to make sure that they understand the word of love. A lot of kids don't get that at home. They come from broken families. They come from all different type of cultures, and we try to make sure that they understand that this is just not a basketball program. This is a frat. This is an organization that's going to follow you all the way through the grassroots, all the way through high school, college, and after that. You could call me up and say, Coach Ike, I need a couple $1,000. I got you. When you going to give it back? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we're based on, making sure that everybody's successful in any way and every way that we can.
No, that's you. You got anything?
Yeah, so what was it like joining PSA? Out were you there when it was like Team Scan?
I came in, it's a funny story, man. I came in, I was coaching out at what do you call it? Excuse me 1 second. Team Isa.
Oh, is that
Sports
it?
U.
Sports U.
What's you?
I came from Sports U with Tiba Taylor, Nazi Reed, Luther Muhammad, Quinerly, and so they said they wanted to get over to the Nike side. So when I said, okay, bet, I'm tired of traveling over that bridge, you know what I'm saying, pay that toll. I said, I'm right at home. If that's what we're going to do, due to the fact that it didn't work out the way we wanted to, and Nazi and them happened to go back to Sports U. But I said, listen, I'm staying here. I feel at home. The culture, the way the staff had accepted me, and I've been here ever since. So it's been a long journey, but you know, that's how I got it to. It was sports. It was Scan when I got here, but then they had changed it to PSA Cardinals. So you know, I was around with a lot of the older guys, you know, so I got to really get the feel of getting it out the mud. I'm talking about they got it out the mud, you know, to be where they are now. Yo,
So what was it like? So you say you were with Javon Quinerly, Nasri. So what's the difference between they're years apart, right? So you have Javon Quinerly, Nasri, you're around them in their case, but then also a few years ago you're around Boogie Flan, Yves Messi. Like, what is the difference are you seeing in these? That's like they're like 7 years
So,
apart,
yeah,
10 years apart.
that's a
So like,
good
what are
gauge
you
gap,
seeing like in that generation and then their next generation that are playing now?
you know, at that time, you know, those kids over at Sports U, they really didn't. I wouldn't say they didn't understand how important it was to be great. You know what I'm saying? And I've brought a lot of that out of them. You know, they just was balling. They just was balling.
Mhm.
But when I came into, you know, into PSA Cardinals, it became more of a culture. This is what we're teaching. This is what we want. This is more of how we get down. You know, so it's more structurally sound. You know, it's more individually loved. You know, it was more, you know, making sure that all the kids got the right grades, you know, checking up on them in school, you know, traveling to different locations and making sure each kid was okay. It wasn't just like I keep telling you guys, it's not about basketball. You know, it's so bigger than basketball. You know what I'm saying? After life, after basketball, there's so much more life, and we want to make sure they're prepared to be successful in life out there in this doggy world.
Yeah, it's a crazy world, man. Like I think, something like that you can learn from the business of basketball. Like I feel like if you can manage and handle yourself in that, you'd be good in even the just regular business world on a day-to-day basis. I think just those are little life lessons. I think I'm big on, as a trainer, like I talk about not the training, it goes beyond just doing skill work on the court and coaching them. It's like, yo, these are habits you're going to develop for the rest of your life, whether it's just working out. Working out doesn't mean just, getting better at hoops, but you're working on your body, right? Like you're getting in shape,
Sure,
right?
sure.
Mentally just focus on your breathing. Like breath work is so important. These little things. So no, I think that's really dope.
Touch base on what you were saying is like, we're true believers. And when you get up in the morning, who's making your bed? Are you making your bed? Those are the key things. Do you have your list on your mirror with your goals? Are you speaking them into reality? These are the things that we're preaching. Every morning we getting up, we waking them up at 5 in the morning. We working out. We're going out there, we're stretching, we're running. We might have pool workouts. We try to teach a strong culture on the road. You know what I'm saying? Mommy and daddy ain't here to take care of you right now. You know what I'm saying? And the things that you might not be doing at home, you're going to learn to do them here. Because that's important for us to make sure that each and every one of these kids understand how important it is to make up your bed. Something simple as that. That's part of structure. That's part of what we're teaching. And like you were saying before, like each and every one of these kids are different. You know what I'm saying? Like we wear many, many hats. We're just not coaches. We're just not mentors. We're not trying to be nobody's daddy or mommy, but we have to take those roles sometimes to make sure the kid understands. We got to give them tough love. It ain't going to be an easy road out there. No matter what you do in life, you're going to have to understand that this is the structure that we're giving you to be successful. PSA, man, let me tell you something. They are for real. I'm telling you, man, the love and the passion that these coaches have for these kids and the director, it just goes beyond words on how these kids love Coach Munch, how they come back and they come and see us. And everybody, like you said, everybody, where's double clap it? Where's double clap it? It's like, where's Coach I? It's because my passion and my love for these kids are unbelievable.
No, yeah, for you to like get emotional about that, it says a lot. Because a lot of people are in it for the wrong reasons, and like clearly, when you in it something for the love, it just hits different. It hits different. So I know you probably feel that, and that doesn't leave you, right?
No,
Like,
it never
leaves.
does.
Like
Never does.
a kid could leave your program, go to something else, but he turned 25. He'd be like, oh, I remember that coach. I remember how he took care of me, how he poured into me. So
Even when kids go to different programs, excuse me, I'm sorry, folks.
you're good.
Even though when kids go to different programs, when we see them out on the tour, yo, it's all love. We got nothing against a kid that chooses to make a decision on their parents' end or whatever decision they have to make in their future to better them. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing personal. And every kid that leaves this program, they can call any one of us and say, hey, I need this, I need that. Yo, no love, baby. I got nothing but love for you. You know, it's no disrespect or anything like that. I'm going to make sure that you have everything you need. You know, you don't have to play for me to love you. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of kids out there that I see. Perfect example. Chapman, Jane Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
He was with us as a freshman in the gym. You know, things didn't work out number-wise. He kept striding. I seen him at every tournament. I said, you're going to be great one day, son. Keep working. He ended up coming back to us a couple years, I think his last year in high school, and ended up playing for us because this is where he wanted to be, because of the love and the respect that we gave him on the road, and when we saw him, the passion that we had for him, and he just wanted to wear that uniform, and he got opportunity, and I was so happy for him. And you could call him right now, and he'll tell you. You call any one of our kids, and they'll tell you, yo, Coach Ike, yo, that motherfucker's for real. Excuse my language.
You're good.
But you know, the passion is for real. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there for any one of these kids. And that's what PSA offers. Just not me, all the coaches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I happen to be one of the oldest ones. So, you know, they take to me a little more than the usual because I try my best to make sure that each and every one of these kids get a certain type of quality from me that I could give them to take on in life. No matter what. The only thing, I don't want your money. I don't want your NIL money. I don't want nothing for you. The only thing I ask you, when you get to college, give me a hat. Give me a college hat. You know what I'm saying? That I could put on my bar and say, hey, no, I got this for this kid. This kid went this place. This kid went that place. And people look at me like, wow, you've done all that. That's really love.
Yeah.
That's really
And
love.
I think, and that's a big thing right there. Like, I think for me, again, I talk about it. Like, there's a little bit of an ego where it's like, I had a small part in this player's journey, but like, it's more of a brag for them because they worked so hard and they trusted you to help them on their journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what's so prideful about it. It's like, yo, like, I respect you so much for what you've done. Here's a hat, or, you know, let's talk on the phone. Like, that's what it's really about, you know?
We're really trying to get to that point with these kids because, you know, once these kids get to the level of success, sometimes they forget how they got there. You know, and if anything that you guys can get out of this podcast is understanding, giving back and saying thank you is the key to success. Because God's gonna bless you. He blessed you with talent. He's gonna bless you with so much wealth. You know what I'm saying? And if you share your wealth, you're gonna get so much more out of life. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a thing, me and Coach Munch, and you know, this is real shit here. I have a thing that I'll be at the diner, and I got it from him. I'll be at a diner and I'll see somebody and I'll buy their meal. You know what I'm saying? I'll see somebody at the grocery store, a young lady, a young man, whoever that might be struggling. I'll buy their meal. I'll buy their groceries. You know, whatever it might be. It might be $50. It might be $20. Whatever. But it's the fact that I'm giving back, and that keeps us successful.
Pay it forward.
Exactly. Because God is going to always bless you when you bless other people. And by us blessing these kids, only thing that we asking them is just to give us love and say, hey, coach, what's up? Do you need anything? Because the next crew's coming. The next crew's coming. We're already working on the next crew, the 30-30 class. You know what I'm saying? We're working on that. You know, we ain't playing. We stand on business here at PSA. You know, and how we stand on business by keeping it real. By keeping it real. 10 toes down, keeping it real. That's all we ask for you to do. Don't worry about being right. Just be for real.
Nah, yeah, you got me fired up right now.
Yeah.
You got me fired up right now. I think, yeah, that's
That was
a
good.
good transition.
Yeah, we're gonna
That's a good
transition. We're gonna
but
transition
Nick,
into much. We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. Thank
Nah,
you. Appreciate that.
this was.
Let me say so one thing, guys. It's thank you, number one, and it's a pleasure to be able to be here and give you some of my insight of what's going on our program. But like I said, yo, we stand on business, and yo, can't stop the rain, baby.
There you go. There you go.
Absolutely.
Shout out Joe Brown.
Yeah. Yeah. We have Terrance Munch Williams, the executive director of Pro Skies Athletics, the Bronx-based nonprofit whose PSA Cardinals have started small and grown into one of the most prominent grassroots programs in the country. Since 2008 of its inception, he's helped develop talents like Cole Anthony, Mo Bamba, James Bouknight, AJ Griffin, Ty Jerome, East Missy. The list can go on and on. Not mentioning a bunch of the college guys he's helped place at schools. He's a Wesleyan graduate and former Teach for America teacher. And Munch is also a two-time author, as we can see. We have this one and our PSA, who have done really well. It's on Amazon, so check them out. But we got Munch Williams here today with us. Thank you for making the drive here and obviously hopping on the pod.
Hey man, thank you guys for having me. Like I've been watching, like I told you earlier, I picked some spots that I want to be on. I harassed this guy.
Nah, yeah, that's been long overdue. Yeah, Munch, I met on the circuit, obviously, just being around and stuff. I was doing videos with Boogie, obviously, that's my guy. And Munch, like somebody that's well respected in the space. So, for him to like come up to me, be like, yo, like even before like I kind of like I'm not big, but like I got a little bit, you can say that, a little bit more. He's like, yo, like you a star, And for him, like for someone to come up to you, like I don't really know him like that, but to come up to you, be like to say that to you, like that means a lot. And then one of my big bros, I always start this with a story that I kind of know the guest, like how it kind of happened. So I went to Endicott College, I played basketball there, and when I got there, my big bro, he was a senior there named Joel Villa. Joel's from the Bronx kid, whatever. I'm from Connecticut down here. Most of our basketball teams are black down here, mostly black. But I went to a different environment that I loved, and I love all my teammates, but it's a different environment. So it was all different for me. But Joel was there as a big bro. Joel Spanish, but he knew like where I was coming from. I was a young kid. He said he played for it was Team Scan back then and stuff. And Munch, years later, I'm like, yo, you know Joel Villa? He's like, yeah, like that's like my son. Like he said I was at senior night. I was like, oh, I played on his senior night. So then so even for Joel to talk so highly of him, and like he was at the beginning of their program, and that's somebody that I really like gravitated to when I was a young college student. So yeah, just for him to start with that. Munch was there, and he started with him. So I think that's a funny story. So yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's for me. Same thing. This is my first time meeting Munch, but I don't think you could go in this space without hearing that name. You know what I mean? Like, and to the point where I'm like, what are they talking about? They talking about a kid? Like, I'm like, what? Munch average what? He averaging 25? Like, what's going on? Like, what are they talking about? They're like, nah, Munch, bro, Munch, PSA. I'm like, I'm like, oh, okay, you talking about the program director? But like, usually, when we think of like businesses, right, or you think about programs or whatever, the person high up is like almost like unattainable, unreachable. Like, you don't even know who they are. You don't know where they at. Whoever, like, y'all know Munch. Munch is gonna be there. Like, oh, don't worry, Munch is pulling up. Munch be watching. But like, oh, yo, don't think that Munch not watch. Like, you always hear that. And for me, Jonas Harper, Walter White, you know what I mean, they play PSA, and Jonas. I can't even tell you how many times Jonas has spoke so highly of you. Like it could be a post of just a kid making a layup. He'd be like, yo, see, look, Munch got him right. I'm telling you, look, Munch got him right. And like, still to this day, like he'll be like, yo, bro, like Munch is that guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love Munch. So I've known Jonas since like, I think like 5th grade. So for him to, co-sign anybody, I already know what type of character, what type of person it is. But just to hear your name and hear how you're so involved, I already know what it is. So I'm giving you your flowers on that, and you know what I mean, how it looks from the outside and not knowing.
How does it get there though? Like, of course we're here now. People know you now, but how does it doesn't happen in one night, obviously. So how would you describe to somebody, how do you get to this point right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to start with consistency. It's going to start with love and respect. And I think treating people the way you would want somebody to treat you, right? Like, my storyline is kind of, hey, my mentor There's a young lady named Marsha Scipio, Curtis Washington. Like, they weren't like basketball people. They were like educators and people that cared about life. So like, organically inside of me, there's like a social worker. It's like, you grow up with, single parent mom and the drugs and all of that type of stuff. So you already like, look, financially, I know we can't just skip the line. You know what I mean? Educationally, we not skipping the line. And then you see your family, your friends, and you just like, yo, we, like Coach Ike said, we're gonna have to get it out the mud. Like, we can't skip steps, right? And I think what happens is you pour into something, and you literally, like, after college, when we got into this space, it was 7 days a week. Like, it was, them young kids was giving you their trust, right? Like, when you talk about joy, like, you gotta make mistakes when it happens, but your heart is in the right place. And I think what makes those guys love you so much isn't basketball. Like, they're not gonna tell you a story of like, hey, Munch was working me out every day. It was like, yo, you know what? I was having a bad time in Spanish 1, and he pulled up and spoke to the teacher and figured out a game plan, or he put me on a progress report, or like, yo, we had no groceries in the crib, and he showed up with this and that. Like, everything we have collectively from a program standpoint, our resources, we putting it back in, right? So I think the reason why it's so powerful isn't the stuff that's on the court. Like, we winning, right? Everybody could see that, and they get into college, but dudes don't know the storyline. Like, Jonas went from 16U to BU, to Boston University, right? And like, he knows how much everyday text messages is going in, and me fighting the coaches and the stuff people don't see from behind. Like, I think it gets that way from just, like y'all would say, like the unseen hours, right? Like the stuff that's not on the camera. Like, it's no, we going to schools and dudes is 100 cameras. It's none of that. It's just, this is what it is, and you want to do it, and you respectfully trying to do it in the best form of fashion, and hope that they see it and learn it later. And I think when you get a chance to be around other people that are just functioning on just business, they're like, damn, I really value the love. Like, I really value the organic, like, all of these people. It's not like one of Jonah's favorite people is Justin Ware. He's another director. Most people don't know him, right? Like, he's doing the flights, the hotels, the vans, and he's keeping everything together. But that's the one Jonas to hit up, like, yo, need a pair of kicks, like, to this point where the resources that we have now is credit to a Joel or a Shavar Newkirk, like those guys, and we ain't had no deal. So they know, like, you can call me at any time. You can call any of us. They're going to pick you up. They're going to drop you off. They're going to get you to school for the first day. They're going to make sure you get home. Like, if your mom needs something and you're away, we're going to pull up and make sure that happens. So, like, it's so much that go on that people can't see. You don't even want them to see, because you just like, I don't got to explain it. Like, this is just what it is. And when they ever sit down with you guys and be like, nah, that's why I bang with them so much, is because in life, you don't have 6, 7, 8 people that you like, yo, at a drop of a dime, I can hit him. Yo, can you put my name on your resume? No problem. Can you do this? No problem. Hey, I need a gym. Can you do that? Bet. You need a place to sleep. Let's do that. Like, it's so much that go into this that's not EYBL stuff.
Right.
Yeah. You know? So,
I was gonna say, like, I think that's huge. Like, just that alone. And again, you're probably not gonna find that in many programs in general. But that's, if I'm a parent and I just hear that, like, I'm almost inclined to be like, oh, I need to see what this is about. Because we talk about, it takes a village to build, kids up. It takes a village to be successful in anything. So, like, again, hearing Coach Ike, now you obviously, and you guys, your success, it's like you guys have a great village to develop these young people. And then, like like Coach Ike said, the culture goes beyond basketball. It goes beyond when you're done playing for PSA. And I think that's something, like, again, I'm in awe of, like, when we talk about it. Like, so, go ahead.
Yeah, so to add on to that, you always hear about like how PSA is run. Like you just said, we're not talking about basketball. Like, to walk me through how the trip is for PSA, because there's always rumors like, oh, kids can't have their phones or something like that, or we doing, like you guys talk about, oh, we implement school, you got to be doing this and that. Like, walk us through, like, all right, we're going to EYBL session 1. This is what y'all got to have in order even before we step on the court.
yeah. I mean, I think, one, the success speaks for itself, and no one can say we changed, right? Like, if you was a 2014 kid and you a 2027 kid, you having a similar experience, right? So it's a bend you don't break, though. Like, you change with the time, but you certain things organically, you're not changing. So, like, you're going to start with an agenda. You're going to start with, hey, this is the time you got to be at the airport. I mean, if the flight is at 7, you got to be there 4:45, 5 o'clock, just to make sure everything is cool. That's heavy on me, my anxiety. So guys are coming, we on time. You got to make sure you got the right proper gear. So if we get, hey, it might be multiple sweatsuits. Hey, this is the sweatsuit we wearing this weekend. It's the black one. This is the t-shirt. This is this t-shirt. Pull up at this time. Have the same backpack, right? I think a lot of times with us, you can go on a trip with 3 teams and have 7 dudes with USA backpacks. They got to stay home. Like we staying connected. We staying as a team, as a unit. You don't want the individuality always. So they got the same gear on. Get to the airport. We going together. Flying out. The parents gonna have their flights, their itinerary, the hotel, everything of where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. It's already in the group checks, and planned out. And literally, there's an itinerary of when you land. This is the schedule, which is why you can take the phones. So you get to 9 times out of 10 we get there. Justin or somebody went early. Maybe if our flight is at 5, he left at 6 in the morning. So now the vans is there. We'll get to the airport. We'll do like a team stretch because you've been on a plane for a couple hours, depending on where you're going. You want to make sure they good and their bodies ain't hurting them. So you stretch it out while you by the baggage lane. So you waiting on your stuff, waiting on the vans. Vans pull up, whatever, 3-4 vans. Get in the vans. We headed straight to the hotel. Depending on the timeline and when the rooms is ready, we'll probably go get something to eat. Some breakfast stuff. Oh, it depends on the timeline. Yeah. So now you get to the place where the room assignment's already done. The coaches have decided on who's staying in what room. Bed, cot, whatever it is, depending on how many. Sometimes it's 2 in the room, sometimes it's 3. Nobody sleep together. Now you making the room assignments based on personalities, right? You can't have 3 dudes that don't want to go to bed. You can't have 3 dudes that's like always talking. So you got like a really quiet kid with a really loud kid with a kid that you mixing them up, kind of like not, oh, that's my man, I want to be with him all the time. And the other thing is sometimes you mix it up by, hey, this kid went to high school with him. Don't let them be in the same room because they're only getting to know each other, right? So switch it up a little bit. So that even the room assignments is something went into picking the room assignments. Now you get to a place where it's like, all right, what time's the first game? You're gonna have film session, right? But coach probably start collecting the phones at that point, right? Where back with McCullough and them dudes, I'm taking the phones in the backpack at the lobby of the hotel for the whole weekend. Like the whole weekend. It's not even coming out. Like it's just done. Then we kind of grew into, hey, you know what? Take it, give it back, right? So now on the agenda to tell you, 5:30, you get your phone 5:30 to 8:30, 9 o'clock, whatever, depending on the games, right? And now you got to hand it in that night. Like if it's say 10 o'clock, you're gonna see everybody walk into the room, to the coach's room, 9:55, 9:56. Now they getting that last hit, but they turn the phone off because you're trying to, red light, you don't want to go to bed, don't want to sleep, and really the hardest thing for most guys, I think, in this culture is the phones. But when they understand like the distractions, right? Like you got, no offense, you got trainers, mom, dad, high school coach, girlfriend, family, you just social media, just like it's hard to turn the phone off. Like we're adults and we have a hard time with it, right? So we need you to get a good night's rest. So you got that going on. Now we don't even go out to eat. All the food is kind of like brought into us. So like breakfast at the hotel in the morning. Now you got lunch and dinner. So if it's like Chipotle or something, everybody get the same amount. So it's like if we go to Chipotle, if we ordering it, it'll tell you, hey, everybody got $15. If you go over the 15, you gotta put your own money up, right? Where it's every 5-star dude getting treated like the 3-star dude. Some dudes is bigger than others, so it's like 15 ain't really doing nothing for me. I need to get more food. But we always keep extra snacks, granola bars, bananas, fruits, waters, everything in the room where you could just come and say, hey, peanut butter and jelly. Hey, I ate that, but I still need a sandwich. Go ahead, knock it out yourself. Order, make your food, take it with you, do whatever you need, because you always got extra stuff to keep them hydrated and full. Then you see your morning workouts before breakfast. You'll have dudes in the pool, or you have them doing like a morning yoga, a morning stretch, something to get them going before they eat breakfast. And then, like I said, in between there, you're going to have ice baths. You're going to have, if you're doing film, like maybe 10, 15 minutes, you're going to give them a chance to do like meditation. Like they doing meditation time that's optional. And what I learned from that, like I think it was Boogie class 2024, I gave all them dudes at 17U like, hey, this your time. You can go in there. The water's playing off the TV. And I shout out to Coach Dre. He came up with that, right? Where you go in and you see 17, you see junior, 17, 18-year-old dudes, and they all in that room. And I'm not joking. Like they're dead quiet. The water's playing and it's optional. So you let them get their space and they calming down. And then you get into the film for the game, right? Of scouting. Like, hey, here's what it is on paper. Pass it around. You see the stats. You see the names of the players. What's their strengths? What's their weaknesses? Then you get in the film, so you get the visual. Because from the educational part, you're like, yo, visual, kinesthetic, like different learners. So now you take that, then you're gonna ask them the quiz at the end. Hey, if they go 2-3, what we do? They go 1-3-1, what do we do? So now they answering their own questions, and they seeing there's no surprises. Now, can you be a kid that takes the information from that film and an hour and a half later process it and do it on the court? And as the game is going on, you not forgetting that's a short closeout. Dude shooting 20% from the free throw line. Like, you got to remember all the information,
KYP.
which is why you got to make sure you get the level of kids that are like understanding of that, right? And then at night, same thing. The food gets ordered in. A lot of cater stuff, a lot of like family style. Come in, hey, the food is here. Come downstairs to the lobby, eat your food, get your food. Lights out at a certain time. None of our coaches are really running around crazy. We got extra hotel room keys to check the rooms. So now, if you don't have your phone, you got the agenda in the room already. So it's telling you, hey, 3:30, be for film. 7 o'clock, be downstairs. Then you got the extra keys. So now you take the phone, they go to their room. You got to follow back though. 11 o'clock. Hey man, turn the TV off. Let's get to bed. Then you got the key for the morning. Another coach's schedule. So they do the uniforms. They wake them up. They put them to bed. They make sure they're eating. It's a lot, right? And hope that you go 4-0.
Sounds like college, no?
Yo, so I literally was just about to
No,
freak
like,
it.
I was gonna say
dead.
the difference between AAU trip and a program.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's like our whole point
Yo,
of this.
yo.
Like, oh, I hate AAU. I hate everyone on the internet. I hate
man.
AAU. They
AAU's
doing both. Like,
Yeah.
no, like these
This
is
is
actually
AAU.
like
Yeah.
kids. Like some kid is gonna go to a college program from your program and say, oh, I
This
did
is
this.
easy.
We watch film. Coach quizzed me on, oh, he's shooting 20%. Why am I closing out hard? And he's going to dunk on my big, like, coach, like, you're building up to this. And I think those things are important because as a 15, 16, 17, that's not easy for some kids to do. And I'm sure you've lost kids due to stuff like that. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
no, we had guys like, we try to have a kid, a McDonald American. He was like, Munch, I love you. Like, I've been with you for life. Like, but I can't give him my phone. And I'm like, no problem, because I can't take it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
But that's how
You know what I'm
that's how we run our program. And
Yeah.
every college coach is not the same either. It's not the
Exactly.
same. So you might go to a college coach, it's like, oh, yeah, we're lax, we do it this, but you go to another one, nope, boom, 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 you do this, you're not playing tomorrow. I don't care if you average 30 points.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking. I mean, this is a little side tangent. You sent that kid the other day on our group chat, and I was like, yo, choosing the wrong college is a death sentence.
So
It's a death sentence. So it's almost essentially the same thing. Choosing not the right program, AAU program, could be, it's not the end of the world, but it could be a death sentence if you don't do it the right way. And doing this, from the nutrition to the sleep to the meditation, like that it's habit forming. Like,
Form a habit,
that's-
especially as a young
young athlete, like there's not enough people doing, like, I try to explain that from an individual standpoint, from as a trainer, and we try to do it again at South Kent, but like there's not enough people that are preaching the right thing like that and then are actually able to enforce it. Trying to tell a kid to give him my phone right in this day and age.
But what I would say to that is it makes more sense to them now because of the data. Like, when you're doing that with guys and you're like, we're just doing it, trust me. And they're like, trust you ain't put nobody in school. You ain't got no burger boys. You ain't, like, now it's like, look, man, call him, and him. And they're going to be like, yeah, but it worked, right? Like, I was focused. I was disciplined. When I got to college, it was easier. Like, what they're doing for you it's going to make sense. So now you got to get the alumni to talk to the young boys. Like, hey, man, y'all got to go ahead and walk them through because I'm not going to change. You know?
In the space that we have now, where media is basically king, you say you're not on socials for real, you're on Twitter a little bit, but you don't have your own personal thing. How have you navigated that? Because obviously, like, for like kids, like, we got to see it. You know what I mean? Like, we have to see it on our phone. We have to. How have you incorporated that, but still kept your rigidness of, like, the media isn't important, the phones, we could put those down. Like, how have you gone like back and forth with that?
No, I mean, I think there's a time and a place for everything, right? Like, respectfully, we should be so good they coming to us, right? Like, our guys I'm setting them up with interviews. I'm like, hey man, call this person, do this interview, do this podcast, go shake this person's hand. I mean, after the game, y'all see what's going on. They're gonna find you, right? Like, for me individually, I got so much going on, in a good way that I can't spend all my time on Instagram. But what I will say is that you're only as good as the people around you, right? There's nothing that's gonna happen that I'm blindsided 4 days. Like those guys are gonna be like, Munch, look at this on Instagram. Screenshot it to me. Like I don't have Instagram. Then I'm like, look, this kid just committed to this. This kid just reclassed over here. This is what's going over here. This is our kid at this location. Like, you got the young guys that at one point, at some point, gonna take over the program. They know like, hey, one's trying to do these other things. So we gotta be ears to the street in that space, right? But I mean, I set them up all the time. Hey man, you gotta call this person, interview, hit my phone, three-way this. You gotta talk to this college coach. You gotta set this up. You got like it's already it's you know what I'm saying. It's like marketing 101. But I'm not paying for a cameraman, right? Like I'm not a lot of people come to us and say, hey, can we follow you? Just pay for my hotels or just pay for my flight. And I'm like, pay for your flight? Like it's $500. No offense, it's $500 a trip. You asking me to pay you $2,000. I'm not belittling your profession or whatever you want to do. Who we are, I don't have that. I got $2,000 to add more peanut butter and jelly, buy more bananas, buy more fruits, buy more waters, get a better flight. Like all of our resources, we're trying to funnel it to the meat and potatoes, which is the kid and him having the best chance to perform. So if I'm spending $3,000 on that, or I'm gonna get some the Nortec. Like you growing every year, right? Like, are you figuring out, what is all the things the kids need, right? So, and I tell them, no offense, if you nice, they coming. Like we've never had a camera guy, right? That's not good or bad. Some programs do, but if the level of guys we have and the winning we should be doing, they coming to the games. Like if it's 60 cameras on that sideline, somebody's finding a mixtape for you. Now, when that mixtape come out, we organically are gonna push it, right? So like something hit, oh, you know what? It's 50 retweets in house. We're not waiting on the outside people. We're internally doing this stuff. We reposting, we retweeting it, we collect the alumni is hitting it. You're gonna see a movement inside, and that movement start with like just your homies and teaching them, hey man, look, if you Kev Wheatley and you on the team in the 28 and y'all got 10 dudes, bro, the minute that drop, you got 9 other retweets plus yourself right away. You got four coaches, that's 14. You got a high school coach, that's 15. You got high school assistants, you got a trainer. So if you just saying, listen, take you 2 seconds to hit a retweet button, now you're on all those people platforms. But you gotta return the same thing. So you teach them how to be like, selfless. Because if you look at a kid's social and it's just him, but you look at his teammates and it's everybody's, like sometimes you look at the guys in our program, their social, you don't know who social media it is unless you go to the headline because they're so busy retweeting each other to show each other love. And that's building culture, building team, building, we against the world in a sense. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
I think the product is important. Like to each their own with that. Like some people have benefited from paying somebody, but to you guys, yeah, like we got the product that's there. I remember we was in Jersey, this might have been last year,
Yeah.
and you were like, "Yo, I got Colin Hiller over here. You ever heard of him?" I was like, "Nah." Like, who's that? He's like, this one. He's like 15. He's like, "Yo, watch out, watch out. He coming. A year later, bro, Colin Hiller. So talk about like getting top guys like that,
Players,
like on his way up, clearly still developing as a player. So what's it like? He's from PA, if I'm not mistaken, and I watched the Airtime doc, the NBA EYBL the doc, and he's like, oh, it was between like we don't gotta say it, a team and PSA, but I'm trusting Munch. I trust what Munch is gonna do. So what's it like? How does that go into? Oh, we're trying to get this kid.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, it's not just me that's recruiting.
Yeah.
Like if you think about Cohen, we going to Pangos camp in like October, and Coach Ike is there, and Coach Don is there, and the mom is there, and we just eating lunch, and we talking about it. I think the one thing that we have is we're not experimenting. Like with your kid's career, we're not experimenting. So it's like, hey, we're drafting up a plan, and we can walk you through the plan. If you trust in us, we're gonna show you like your talent mixed with how we do things, it's gonna skyrocket because you're nice, right? Like we're gonna put you on the best platform, highest level, and we're gonna put you around the people that've been doing it. And then you collectively see like, hey, you getting love from Joe, you getting love from Don, you getting love from Justin, you getting love. Like everybody want love, like real love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like guys that pull up, different people will pull up to the high school game. I'll put like Cohen had a camp. It's his camp. Coach Ike went, Coach Don went, CJ might pull up, like, you know what I mean, Coach Geese. So you got relationships with the entire program. It's not just, hey, I got a relationship with Munch, because I'm not gonna be able to do the 12 hats you need. but you also proving like, hey, these are guys that look like you. This was the plan. And the plan is on paper. Like, it's not like year to year for that level of guy. Hey, man, this is what we trying to accomplish in this 12 months. Then we'll sit down at the end of the 12 months. What did we get done? And it doesn't have to be we need to be number one. And after your freshman year, hey, man, we want to get in this range. We want to have some of these type of schools. We want to develop this portion of your game. And then let's sit down at the end of the year and get to year 2. We check these boxes. Now we need to get to year 2 because everything is about preparation for when you get to school. Like you said, picking the right school and playing right away, right? And what are your weaknesses? And telling you to your face, you're not that good at this, bro. We need to fix that. And we're going to work on that now, right? Or like, oh, you know what? You made a huge jump. Shoot you up to 17s. Let's get bumped, right? That's what you need. So finding what they need, not what they want. But I think when you get those level of people, you also got to remember the parents. They're not the day-to-day, I don't know what's going on. These people are successful in life, and we attract people that are like, I would say, long-term planners, right? There's a difference between having a job and having a career. Job, you like, oh, I'm making $15 an hour. It's cool. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to get through the day. Career, if you're a lawyer, a doctor, you got to go through different, chapters and different exams and, different steps all the way up. Even like Teach for America, you got to go through these processes. We're great with people that have been through processes. The people who are like, oh, give me everything right now today, it never works. So we kind of got to shift away from that mentality of like, that doesn't work. Understand the difference between money and value, right? Like, this is the value. Like, hey, man, having the USA basketball guys sitting at your high school, sitting at your AAU game, watching you when there's 20 other games going on. How does that happen? The guys that came before you that won the gold medal. So everything that you're really looking for from basketball, it's already in here. If you nice, the doors is open. Who going through the door? That's the beauty of it. You don't have to pick somebody. Like everything y'all could think about that people think is elite, every single door is open today. So who's gonna be the one that get their game right to go through those doors? So it'll motivate you to go in the gym. If somebody could tell you like, look, 2028, I'll guarantee you it's 70 coaches at the first live period watching the game. I guarantee you that. Once you want to go in the gym and get better and get stronger and be prepared, that eliminate a lot of the stuff right there. It's 20 games going on, but I know 70 it's gonna be 70 coaches at our game.
Yeah. So I want to touch on something you just said. Speaking that honesty factor, I think transparency, honesty. I think that's where a lot of our best talent and best kids might get fucked up a little bit because it's like you're 13 years old, 12 years old, 14 years old. Your dad is 6'9", your mom is 6'1". We see where you're talented already. Everyone, oh, you're so good, you're so good, you're so good. You're the best ever. You're the best thing since sliced bread. Boom, 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 boom. But you said, actually, you're not that good at this, bro. Like, you got to get better at this. Speak on, like, how it is to be honest with that kid at that age.
Yeah, it's dope, man. I mean, and no, not just him. You got to be honest with the family in the circle, right? You got to be, a lot of times it's not the kid, it's the adults. Yeah. You got to be upfront with them. Like, this kid is cool, but he got a long way to go, right? And it's okay. As long as you like, hey, he got a long way to go and we willing to do the work with him in collaboration with you and you and you. We all got a part to do, right? Now you got the agencies, the management companies. What is everybody's part? So as long as you honest, because you don't want to mislead and be like, man, you told me I'm gonna be top 5. I'm like that. You're not like that. Let's get to work. We could end there, right? But let's get to work. So the good thing with us, we're older now. So you don't have the spring chicken dudes that's trying to play around with you with the verbiage and gas it and, gaslight you into believing whatever. Guys are just so grown. They're like, this is what it is. Like, I'm sorry, but this is what it is. And I'll meet you where you are. Meet me where I am. That's it. Right? And that's fine. So there's not a lot of pressure of just telling people what they want to hear. You just tell them the truth. This is what I see. This is probably what can happen if we do a lot of good work on and off the court. And I'm not going to rush it. Like, if you want to rush something, go to one of them other programs.
Yeah. When you first started off, right? The culture is what it is now, right? Everybody sees that. But when you first started off, was it any type of like pushback or was it like hard to start, or was it like, nah, like the kids is buying in, so it was easy from the start, or was it like,
I love that question, man. When we was doing junior boarding schools, right? And Joel, yo, man, we trying to get you over here at Faith School in Massachusetts or Rectory. That's junior boarding schools. The people that are in this community, they're used to a certain thing, which is at that time, you go to your local public, you go to your local Catholic, but they just don't know that these schools are out there. So it made it difficult for them to accept, right? We didn't care. We're doing it our way, like because of our background, right? Like I've been to public, I've been to Catholic, I've been to boarding school. Like I know the difference. Like and networking is important, right? It wasn't a lot of our decisions wasn't predicated on the 2 hours a day, which is you come to the game from 4 to 6 and someone wants to be entertained. So their thing is keep that kid here because at 4 to 6 after my job, I need entertainment. But they're not thinking about the 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We are thinking about, hey man, what's the nutrition there? What's the people there? What's the class size? Like things that gonna matter when you get older, right? So the city was like, what are they doing? This don't make sense. Like, what is South Kent? What is Blair? What is they don't know.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're being bad. They're just like, yo, we don't know this information. So the pushback was more so on the outside, but we insulated ourselves. Like at that time, we had the gym at Scan, and we would be in there all the time. Had the weight room, the gym, the keys, and we were just like, look, we building something, and we built it with guys like Joel and Adeyinka and Kevin and Austrian dudes that wasn't AAU dudes. They in the 6th grade and they weren't playing AAU. They were just local guys. Yo, pull up, let's go. So I think as long as you got tough skin and believe in your product and what you're trying to build, and the people around you are like minded, like we always came from social and education first, and then the basketball would click in. It's fine. These dudes is cool. They'll catch up. So we always was using the basketball like to get them to, into environments where people normally don't go. We go to Springfield, Massachusetts to play in Hall of Fame. We would call up all the prep schools in the area and be like, hey, I got a little team over here, man. You should come pull up and watch them. They'll see him like, oh, that kid is pretty solid. Then you got to convince the parents like, hey, man, PS13 is cool, but look at this other situation. And financially, you can go here for free because it's based need based. And if you're coming from a household that don't make a ton, you can go to a $80,000 middle school for nothing, and we could get you. Now you're on that track, right? Like, hey, you're on the track, you automatically gonna be getting into Williston, Northamptons, and that's your secondary school. And we're the ones who was like, we just doing it different. We don't care. And a lot of people weren't happy because they thinking reclass. But the boarding schools is like, I don't care if you play hockey, football, tennis. You come in here, we get an extra year out of you, right? So we caught the backlash of the reclass. But we were reclassing guys who nobody cared about Joel. He wasn't even speaking English, right? Like Pops was a super. We teaching them English little by little, and you know what I mean. You don't care about what's gonna happen later, but those. But we was taking chances.
Now you look now, like when basketball is over, it's like, oh, I had these crazy experiences going to a different environment. I think seeing stuff early is so big in your life.
And who you connect to.
Right? Yeah, and so I wanted to kind of touch off that and like what we're talking about. So like, you've built that network of boarding schools and that we trust. Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant. You, that's the program as a whole. Yeah, the program as a whole. My bad. But how do you then handle, you know, again, I know some of these. I read half of the book.
Yep.
I know this part's on it when you talk about trainers and coaches. So how do you handle that aspect, the relationship with the coaches, and specifically to the players from your program and your culture?
With the boarding schools?
Yeah, with the boarding schools.
I'm going to start with this. 9 out of 10 times they coming to us and I'm not going to them. That's no arrogance, right? Like the one thing the boarding school does present is international guys and they coming over. But when you see most coaches, they're cool people. They're going to call you to say, hey, I'm looking for such and such, this type of kid, this type of academics. But as you learn the schools, you know this school don't fit this kid, right? Like, so you might like that kid on the court. What he got going on, that's not for you, not for him right now. He can't go to all boys school. That's not his thing. He can't go to you guys are playing in this level and there's no open gyms. He playing multiple sports. So you got to know the kid and the family, and then you get to dictate this fits these 3 schools, location, right? How often you need to get to the kid, right? You know, family structure. Can somebody else get to the kid to see him? Now you're dealing with a lot in the Northeast. If it's like, oh, this kid he's A1, he got everything together, then you could go further out. But now how you getting back? Who's gonna cover those finances for him to get back? Gotta have all conversations. But over the years, you get to know the head people in these places. Now they might switch every once in a while, but Joe Mantegna been at Blair for a long time. Seth been at West Town for a long time. You know, Coach Buck been at Lujan for a long time. Pat been at Stepinac. You got to have intimate combos though, and you got to have conversations of growth, right? If I'm growing and we're making changes, you guys got to be keeping up with the Joneses. Like you can't be, I'm still in 97, but this world is moving in 26. Like you got to come on, right? And there's different needs, and each kid needs something different. So as long as you know the kid, you also could say, hey, you know what? This school might be good for him in the beginning, but I hope you outgrow it, right? Like you've outgrown it. Some people don't. Like I put you at like a Hill School and that's all you became. That's fine. You got a Hill School diploma, bro. I'll put you at a Suffield, Big Mac Etienne. Hey man, going in the beginning, shoot the three, pick and pop it, make your little mistakes you gonna make. I know your personality, gonna do something, get in trouble, but you such a big dude. At the end, we gonna be looking for Brewster. Like, don't rush it. Like, them schools at that level gonna be there if they continue to do what they do. But your development, that's huge. You gotta get something where you can make mistakes, play through some stuff. And you know, the scholastic gonna be scholastic. That level gonna be that level. You get to that level, we gonna know you there. And then you can switch over. They ain't switching every year, but
Yeah,
it's a plan. Like
you
it's a
know,
plan.
that's what it sounds
Yeah.
like.
But you ultimately are the person that's driving the car. It sounds nasty because you got the product. If you're a great kid, academically sound, and he can hoop, you control it.
And what were your eyes open to this knowledge of like the Northeast and all these schools and the different options? Because I feel like a lot of times parents, kids, like they aren't even aware. Like we had a post one time, we were saying like, yo, D3 might be a better option than JUCO. Like we're tired of seeing of the JUCOs where it's just like, oh yeah, you go JUCO, go JUCO. When there's a lot of D3s that you can graduate with a great degree, basketball, and still have more basketball left over in a better situation. But you choosing the JUCO. When were your eyes open to these places and this knowledge? Like how did you get the knowledge before before getting into it and getting all those kids?
I mean, you start from scratch, man. Like I played D3, right? The Cardinals part, that's Wesleyan. The directors, we all went to Wesleyan. That's where you get the Cardinals. That's the mascot. But if I'm looking at my scenario, it's like, okay, cool. I was starting out in the inner city, and then I got the Holderness School in New Hampshire. But how did I get the Holderness School? Through the agency scan. It's like your local Boys and Girls Club. Those people had relationships with these prep schools. It's only a couple, but now you have that concept in your head as you get older, and then you run into like a Boys and Girls Club, and you're like, damn, how do they move? A Seeds, a Oliver program. Like these programs are more so placement of kids in boarding schools, not necessarily basketball guys. But if you do some research and be like, hey, Chris, you meet Chris McCullough at Salisbury in 9th grade. Yo, Chris, how'd you get to Salisbury? I went through the boys club in Harlem. How'd that happen? He telling you the story. You meet Mo Bamba in like 8th grade. Yo, how you get to Cardigan Mountain in New Hampshire? I went through the boys club. Now they never played there. They just was connected and they helped place them in these places. So now you following like, all right, I know Scan does this. Boys club does that. Dre, my man Dre and Justin and them, they know Seeds, they know Oliver. We having conversation. Talk to me about that. Now you learning the entities of how these black kids and Latino kids get to those type of schools, right? They come through programs, and it's mostly academic preparation to get there. And a couple hooping. So now I got that. Then you start seeing fairs, right? Like, hold on, they having a fair? What's that? Hey, you go to Riverside, they got a fair there. You go to Boys and Girls, they got a fair there. So now you seeing all these tables of people with their banners and what is Berkshire, and what is this, and what is that. You get to Googling. Oh, this, all right, cool. This one is in Massachusetts. This one in Connecticut. And then, you start with the junior. There's only like 8 junior boarding schools in the whole world. Then you dealing with like covert. So you meeting all these people. You exchanging business cards, right? Remember I told you, you're not thinking about the ball. You just think about life. Like, to your point, oh man, how I get these kids out of here? How I help them get to some place where other people can help them? How I could close their gaps in their educational they forthcoming, and they kind of keep going there. And then you spending a lot of time on that. And then you start to travel to these places, right? Pull up to South Kent, you pull up to, this school, you go visit that school, you go see this school. You're like, damn, Pomfret right next to Putnam Science.
Right.
You go to Putnam, watch a little basketball. You go to Pomfret and you see the little kids running around. Oh, this be good for a little young boy. This one over here, this basketball junkies, right? You know what I mean? So you start having these buckets of schools, and then you kind of put them in a category without talking to them. Like, I know what you about. I know the difference between this school, and this school. I know who got a lot of money. I know who don't. It's before NIL. You know what I mean? I know when you got to apply. Then you doing like the Common App. You learning about the Common App and that. You doing about the SSAT. You trying to figure out the waivers. So you spending time as a director holistically doing the hands-on work. But we got a after school program where the kids are coming in there and you're like, bro, sit down. You're not getting on the court right now. We got to do answer number 2. Answer number 2 done, then you can get on the court. Next one, come on in the office. Hey, you up to 7. Now you proofreading the essay. So you spending a lot of time being a college counselor or high school counselor. And then you just going through the process. But everybody collectively is moving the train at the same time.
I feel like that's so crazy. I kind of like figured it out like that. Like I ended
We'll
up
be on our own.
Yeah,
You know,
like,
I did.
So you was at St. Luke, but you like that's not like those type of prep schools. So I was at when I went to Putnam. I only went because somebody in my team went, and they were talking to me. All right, this is what you got to do. I'm seeing Vermont Academy. Of course, I heard of Brewster, but like Vermont Academy. Actually, Pomfret was one. I'm like, damn, this mad prep schools up here. I could have emailed them.
We had no idea.
But like, you don't know. That's what I'm saying.
You don't know the level. So
Yeah.
everybody just like, you go to prep school, but you end up at Avon Old Farms and you like, damn, what's this? Academics through the roof. Or Lawrenceville is in Jersey, same place St. Pat's is. You like, oh, is Lawrenceville looking like Harvard? St. Pat's, no shade. You know what I mean? So like, you get in a space where sometimes parents and kids just like, or people that don't know it, they're like, oh, I'm just gonna send them to prep.
Yeah,
You
think it's
think
all the same.
everything's the same.
It's
No,
not all the
It's
same.
the decision,
Yeah.
and then it's the information. Like, it's like, oh yeah, prep. Like they telling me go prep. I'm going prep, and then they're like, well, all preps ain't made the same.
Yeah, we like to say basketball factories and then institutions.
It's basketball facts. And it's our favorite phrase is really it's just situation.
Just how you were just saying, like how does it fit you? Can you go to all boys school? Can you go to? Do you need a bunch of people in your class? Do you need a smaller group? Like all those
You
situations.
need extra too. I mean, and that's the other thing with the schools that it provides, additional support for some, right? Like, I think that's something that, parents need to take into consideration too. Like, if parents, I think just as much as we're educating the kids, I think the education for the parents, and a lot of parents technically don't want to do it. They just, they think basketball. They just say, all right, we want them to go. No, you got to do the research. You got to see what kind of environment you're putting your son or daughter into. Like, you don't know, again, demographics, right? You don't know, population wise. Like St. Luke's, my graduating class, it was 69, 3 of us were Black.
Yeah.
Like,
But see, that's the thing about when you do get to that point where kids are going, this is what Coach Ice said. You can't take your hands off them.
Yeah.
Like, the school has to know this kid has representation, right? Like,
You're not about to just use them.
mom and dad can't come. Every other couple weeks, you seen that car pull up and it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Dudes is shirt and tie in it. We sitting in the missions office. We not even going to the gym. Hey man, send Joel down. I need to talk to him. Now you catching up. What's the academics like? What do you got? What are you struggling with? This, that, and the third. So like, you still are hands on, because you can't put it on them and just say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna leave you guys responsible for it. Now you back into the control phase. Like, hey, I got you here, but guess what? I'm picking the secondary school because y'all don't understand what he needs basketball, what he needs socially. So the same way we picked this in 7th, 8th grade, we're going to come up with the list and submit it to y'all. Because the school will submit their own list and say, hey, this is what we think, but it's numbers for them. Hey, we got this kid going to this and that, friendships. You tap your man. I got this kid. I'm going to get him to you. You're like, whoa. Deion Sanders, intercept the package, not happening. This is what we doing. And they don't really like that, but you got to be standing on your 10. Like, this is what we doing. It's okay. We going to do the work. If it's secondary school, now you like, look, we good. We'll figure out the college recruitment. We'll get them all these schools. They'll be showing up to your school. Now you got to have conversation. Hey, man, that 6 a.m. workout ain't it. Like, nobody going to come. You need to do this and try to give them some food for thought. But you got to keep your hands. And you got to have we have the number, to me, the best, staff is not the right word, like the best brotherhood as far as the adults are concerned. Like, everybody's aligned and on the same page. Like, it could be Coach Ike and me, and it could be me, it could be Justin, it could be Dre. The language the same. We're not playing with you, and we want what's best for this kid. And if you're not going to listen, we're going to figure something else out. Because, like you said, supply and demand. It's more schools than talent.
So I want to go into like kind of working with that school, right? So let's talk about like recruitment. You got a Boogie Flame. You got a good player. Like, how are you? College coaches in the summer, of course, they hitting you up. They on your team. But when they go into the winter, they're also hitting that high school coach. So how do you guys either work together, or you might bump heads sometimes? You probably ran into that too. Like, how does that work out?
Yeah, I mean, I think you dealing with mature people, y'all both got to come, whoever that person is, come to some conclusion that egos got to go. At the end of the day, the kid going to go where he need to go, right? Like, the the level of people that we're dealing with, they've done the whole like, hey, I got a kid at Kansas, I got a kid at UNC. Like, who cares? What's the right situation for this kid? So now you're doing more with like, hey, sign up at that point, sign him up for the SAT. Did you do it? Good job. What's the visit schedule? He visiting this, that, and third. Okay, great job. Family's going, bet. So like you dealing with more logistical stuff than like, hey man, I want him to go to Florida. You want him to go to Texas. Like, we're not, that's crazy. Like, we need to get to a common thread of like, why? Like, why does this make sense? And we functioning from the weaknesses. Like, I'll tell you in a minute, bro, he can't go left. He don't play well in the half court. He shouldn't be, you know what I mean? And you tell a kid, bro, this your weaknesses. You figure out after that, you good. But like, when it's good, knowing like you up to date. Hey man, this is what he doing in the summer. He at this camp. You should go see him here. He pull up to the hotel if you on the road. Like if you school X and you coming on a trip, hey man, pull him out. Go take him to lunch. Spend time with him. You might get the heads up from me. Hey, he ain't jacking you right now. You might want you get to campus. You might want to go take him to lunch. Like, I'm gonna give you a heads up so you can keep the kid if to the best of your ability. But like academically, it's a text message. Hey, send me his report card real quick. What is he doing in this class? What he doing in that class? So, I mean, it sounds crazy, but ultimately you're gonna have more power because how the kid get into school? 8 out of 10, he coming in through us. You ain't have the kid and then be like, guess what? I got the kid. But if you work together, the school looks great, PSA looks great, the kid is happy and he looks great. So put your ego to the side and just let it be because there's nothing left. Like what's the difference between 5 McDonald's and 10? It's just 5 more. It doesn't matter. It's not like a big thing at this point, right? And for some guys, you like, bro, this is gonna be your first one. I'm gonna help you. Like, let's be of assistance to each other. Take your resources, our resources to help kid. If we do that, we good.
Then how does it work to we're in 2026? Obviously, NIL is a big factor now. So how does that add into it?
No, it's big. I mean, from the high school side,
Yeah.
like you got management, you got NIL, agents, all that.
Yeah, so I want your answer. Then I'm gonna ask you about kids that are in college at the moment.
Yeah.
So I want you to answer about like a junior, senior getting recruited right now. X school is throwing this amount of money. This school is throwing that amount of money. How are y'all navigating through that as a program, as a coach?
It's a lot, right? But you got to start with what does the family want? If you're like, we got it, great. I'm not in the way. I'm good. Call me when you need something. If you're like, Munch, I just need you on a Zoom with these schools, I jump on a Zoom. If you like, hey, I need you to visit, that's tough. I don't want to do those things no more, right? Like, it's wear and tear on your body. I don't really got the 48 hours, to be honest. But if that's what you feel like you need, then say it. If you like, hey, I'm letting my agency do everything, like Cohen, CAA, you good. I don't need to get into that. But if they call and say, what's your opinion on St. John's versus Florida State? I'm gonna give you my opinion. Organically, this is my real opinion. That's not saying do what I'm saying. That's saying this is my opinion on them and
That's
then
how I feel.
do whatever you want. So when you let go of the reins, you get more power because they're like, yo, he not tripping. Right? And that's where I'm at. Yo, if you got an NIL, but the question starts to be these agencies, what are y'all doing? Because if I'm doing all the work, you're not gonna be able to dictate as much as you want to dictate. And I'm gonna tell you, bro, you gotta do some training, you gotta do some camps, you gotta check them, you gotta be a baton, right? Like, we gonna take it to this level with love for you to help, right? And take it from here, bro. You got it, right? And prove it. Prove that you can do what we doing. That would be great, right? But like, we're not stopping you from signing with whatever agency you want. We're not stopping you from dealing with management companies. It's gonna get crazier. You adding more into it.
Yep.
The question starts to say, all right, in this big group that we running, whose job is what, right? Our job, we gonna hit a Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire. We're gonna hit a Barry Sanders. We hitting a home run in this window of time. April to August, you're gonna see growth as a man, as a player. Like, look at Micah. You're gonna see it. Let's go. Now it's September, boy. Kevin Boyer, knock knock.
Yep.
Answer the phone.
Yep.
Time to work. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I move with that space. But ain't no favoritism. And it's great because you can see a program where Todd signed with Excel and this one signed with BDA and this one is over here. So now you got everybody recruiting. It's like college, right? Hey man, them kids be everywhere, every agency, they all pulling up. But then some people that's like, I don't want no agency. I'm gonna do it at the end. I'm gonna get to school. I'm gonna negotiate my NIL. If you understand your value and you understand the market, you understand supply and demand, hey, you know what? damn, it's 4 point guards in my class. 2 of them dudes they already popped. Them schools that was recruiting them, they calling me now. And now guess what? My money value just went up. You don't want to split it. You don't want to let somebody be like, hey, give me 10%, give me 5%. We could do this on our own. And then you can sign with the agency. So now you cashed out all the money. You can get them to sign through the paperwork and make sure the numbers and everything is coming through. But the more you can do on your own, the better you are.
Yeah.
Because it says, if I'm not really into the attention, like after I post, I'm with said agency, then what do you get after that? You might get the pre-draft work. Like, oh, it's August, I'm jumping in. You could do that without signing with people, right? Like, if it's 6 agencies, everybody's saying come to LA, send it in, I'm coming to work out. Now I'm working out and I'm not signed with nobody. So there's some parents who are like, we're going to do this without signing. There's some that's like, we sign in junior year, we sign in senior year. One thing with us is, I don't care who you sign with, I don't care who your management company. When you in here, this is how we rolling, right? You want to see the kid, come by the hotel. So we're trying to keep the main thing the main thing.
And then want to go to like college. So you got kids in college, say they're top player, they go to the freshman year, it don't go how they wanted it to go. And you said y'all still are hands-on no matter what. So what are those tough conversations like? Is it, I know you say you give advice, you're not really into like telling them what to do, but what are those tough conversations like, hey man, like it's not working there?
It starts from what you said, being honest.
Yeah.
If you somewhere, my number was always 20. You playing 20 minutes a game, and the coaches would tell you, oh, Munch, wow, he always talking about that 20 minutes a game as a freshman. Hey, listen, you get to 20 minutes, bro, that's half the game. You're really built for 20. You ain't built for the 40 as a freshman. And it's like, whatever your production is in that 20, I'm not arguing with coach. You at 20 minutes. That's a rotational guy. You in a 7-8. You in that 6-7-8 at 20 minutes, right? 9 is 12. Some days coach messing with me. Some days he not. Yeah. That's mental. That'll mess your whole life up. So now you get to that part, and if it's like, hey, y'all, I'm playing 20, but I'm looking at the numbers saying, bro, man, you just went 20 minutes, went 1 for 1. Like, what you talking about? You got no rebounds. Like, now I'm telling you, it's not coach, it's you, buddy. You don't need to be moving. Or because I'm tapped in, you get to saying, hey, I'm about to hit that portal. All right, hold on, buddy. Let me go out here and figure out, is there a market for you? I did some research. There's no market for you. You sit your little ass down. Excuse my language, right? Keep going, getting better. So it's a lot of honesty. You know what? You did your thing. You 15 and you all rookie. You want to leave? Okay, cool. There's a market for you. Such and such call and such. Because you know the world, they calling in January. Hey man, you just have 15. What's up? But now you having conversations. That might not be best for you right now. You still need to work on this. Now you saying, okay, boom. I go in there, I hit two I shoot 50% from the 3, take 3 threes a game. You going 700, 800, $1 million. Sophomore, junior year up. Now you got 3 more years. You making big bank. But the kid got to believe that you telling the truth.
Yeah.
And you can watch the film. Bro, look, man. Free throws, breakaway dunks, couple slashes. You ain't hitting the midi. You're not hitting the 3. Use this platform, this dude trying to give you, he gonna give you 30 minutes to play through it.
You a feature guy there still.
And if you can have these combos
5 years
because
now.
you're not getting nothing, right? I can say this to you because I'm not on your payroll. I only could be real with you, right? Even if dudes in the league, when you come in, Munch, come to the game. I don't got time for that. We gonna have lunch. I'm gonna say what I want to say, coach. I ain't gonna say what he want to say, coach. Just they gonna tell you real because you don't own nothing here. You don't pay no bills. Why not be honest with him? He want honesty. Nobody else giving it to him, right? So you gonna give it to him, and you tell him, bro, this ain't now. If you jump in the portal, and I said to you, don't do that. Your ass is grass. Now you not gonna get me to be working all months, and they will do that. I'm jumping in the portal. Agent said this, agent said that. And you got real quiet, and now you circling back like, hey, I need you to do some work.
Then he wasted your time.
I told you don't do that. I did the work. Your agent wants some money. You know what I mean? Like, don't do it. So you kind of got to still flow with the same process, middle school, high school, college, league, same type of stuff.
So I want to backtrack a little bit really quickly to, your EYBL teams. Just addressing like a big, I guess, concept that people talk about. Oh, if you're not in that first 7, you're playing a lot of minutes. What about those guys that are, if you're carrying 10 guys, what about 8, 9, 10? Or if you're carrying 9, what about 8 and 9? Like if you're only playing, how do you handle their situation if they're not playing a lot or they didn't earn it yet, or it's a big critical year, especially if they're at 17U, 16U, they still, and 15U, obviously, they still have plenty of time. But like, yeah, just like how do you handle that? This is me. This is my question.
No,
that
that's a
came
really
up.
good question. I've heard y'all use this and talk about it. I would say all programs aren't created equal. Do your data, check the backtrack, and see how somebody pick a program is always different when you get older. You a young boy, you like, they giving the most sneakers, they got the most attention. You get older, you like, what's the difference between butter and guns, right?
Yep.
Now, if you smart and you say, look, I've been in this program for a minute, I've seen number 8, 9, and 10 go to these places and make it. They got to college for free. Where am I at? You 8. Where am I at? You 9. Where am I at? You 10. You're putting your trust in the director or whoever's in charge, in this sense, the college counselor, to get me placed. The track record we have, and it's a lot of work. I'm not going to sit here and say what they say, don't try this at home. We could afford to have the kid get busy in high school and be number 9 here because we going to work until you get a spot. Might not be the spot you love in the beginning, but Central Connecticut calling your name. Norfolk calling your name. These are good places, right? But if you come in a program where if you do research in the last 3-4 years, they've only put 5 dudes in school, I wouldn't want to be 8, 9, 10 over there. I'm going to go be 1 through 5 over somewhere else. So you got to do work before you can do anything on the court. And if you do a lot of track record, it's not the circuit that's guaranteeing you going D1. You can play on any circuit you want and not go to school for free because you're not that good or exposure or playing time. But you gotta have one though. You can't have no minimum playing time in grassroots and minimum playing time in high school. Normally for us, 8, 9, 10 might be, yo, that's an Ivy League kid, that's a Patriot League kid. He got the academics. Might be, even my man CJ always say, you gonna carry somebody, carry the extra big. Yo, you 6'11", them dudes getting to school like nothing. Clap 2 times. I take the big fella, right? So you have to have a plan with that, right? So you have to have a plan, and it's not easy. So you also like, yo, little man, I can't carry you if you messing around in school. I need all A's because now I got 16 options, right? I might connect on Rice. I might hit up Elon. I might get to High Point. I'm chasing all of academics all over the world. Now, growth as a director for me, because of the way the climate is, I need to have every low Division I school in the world in my phone. I don't care about Kansas, Florida State. Them dudes been in there, and only your first 4 to maybe 5 on your roster on a really good year, they at that level. But you need all these academics, and you need all them UC Irvines. Like you in Cali, you better be getting, hey, Dinos, I need the number to this one, and be humble. Don't be scared to pick up the phone and call somebody and say, I need help. Like I've many a times, hey man, I'm trying to get this kid to school. I need some help. I'll call schools that's calling us for this kid. I'm like, yeah, guess what? That's dope. But guess what? I need help with this. You know anybody that knows somebody at San Francisco? I need the contact. So if I'm a parent, before I sign up to be 8, 9, 10, I want to know what your Rolodex look like. I want to know what work you have done when the season is over. They tell you when the season is over, my job is I'm on 10. And the kids will tell you, yo, dude, I'm waking up to one screenshot and me showing me he hit 25 schools with my little mixtape. Hey, send me that mixtape you had. Yo, I had 30 against such and such. 30 schools. Because what it does is it positions the kid to know you working for him. But it also humbles them to say, yo, this ain't as easy as you think it is. All of these 30 schools watch that film. Such and such coming for open gym. Be on your P's and Q's. And they'll tell you, trust me, the anxiety and the stress of the kid that's 8, 9, 10 is something none of us will ever want to deal with. Because you got a kid and he like, damn, such and such coming to my open gym today. Or he coming to my game, we play St. Ray's. That joint going short. You like, why that shit so pressure, nervousness? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just, everything is right there. We ain't in that space. So you in it with them. So I work bottom up. I don't work top down. So I'm going for, they tell you, oh, Munch done called 89 schools for the kid averaging 3 points. Or you got to be able to pop quick. Like, you look at Jaden Williams at Bucknell. Jay, look, my man, we got Bucknell on line 1. We're not waiting on Richmond. We got to have hard conversations. How many dudes 5'9" on the EYBL or under the average less than 5 points going D1? You go Google it. ChatGPT, whatever y'all kids do, it's not happening. You got them on line one. We need to take this in June. And I guarantee you, you're going to be happier once you finish. And all they really want is a celebration. They want to do the visit. They want everything everybody else got, right? I want to take my visit. I want to take my photo shoot. I want everybody to say uncommitted. I want that. But you kind of like, yo, bro, you're being annoying. We could still get to that, but we got to finish this. You finish that and you still do your official later. So having a strategy, and to your point, if you knowing, oh, this right here ain't going to work, you got to be honest with them. Like, bro, I ain't going to hold you. I'm not going to be able to finish this project. You might want to go play over there, circle back, I'll help. Or strategy might be let them go play over there, get hella film, be able to use that film, and hit out the schools because you're like, I really want you to win. It's a lot.
I want y'all to really listen to what he's saying because, yeah, he like, oh, yeah,
It's important.
it's working. This is a coach that is bought into you if you play in 10 minutes a game. Like, you on my team, I'm bought into you. I'm trying to get you to school. You're on my team for a reason.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all will go play for the coach that don't really give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
Don't care about
Like
you,
that.
promised you 25 minutes, but he not on the phone calling for you. He not doing, he not, like, after y'all lead a
You playing
tournament.
25 minutes.
Yeah, you playing 25
You know,
minutes.
he can't even make
you
a
like,
call.
Coach, I need, you want to fix that for me? He's like, Coach, I need this, I need that. I'm sorry, I don't really know. What you mean? You promised me this and that. Like you said, check the Rolodex, check the track record, see how things are going. I think that was a very, very important segment because, yeah, of course, like you said, take care of what you got to on the court, obviously. But then, yeah, I'm trying to get you to school. Get all A's. It's a little easier for me to tell the coach to take you. Be a good kid. Like, be a good leader when we're there. Clap up for your teammates if you play in those 5-10 minutes because it's easier for me to present you. You're not the top 5 player. You're not the 10 player, top 10 player. You're 5'9", like you said. You average 3 points. Like, realistically, you're not really gonna be at Kansas, Kentucky. Like, unless you're like going crazy, it's not gonna be like that. But I can make it work if you work with me. I think that was super important.
But I'll tell you this is why having the people around you on the same page, like this summer we had Peace Jam and Colton was hurt and it was like, oh man, we can't get out of pool. And I look at the stats and I'm like, damn, my man Eli played 15 minutes today. But my man Justin is on the bench, right? Who does all the stuff and we have these conversations. So Justin is like, see, Eli got 7 shots up because he knows, yo, when this is over, Munch got to go get Eli at school. He needed the footage. So, like, having a unit of men that's aligned with you of, like, bro, you know what we trying to do, right? Like, he going to find a moment without you being there. And this is non-conversation. This is just everybody being connected to know what's the main goal. We trying to go 10 for 10. Like, I don't care what nobody say about PSA. To me, what makes us better, obviously the culture, but that concept of you finish here, 9.5 out of 10. If your academics straight, you going D1. You going 10 for 10. Like, nobody doing that. I don't care what circuit you on. So people can say it, but like that makes it harder because the kid is like, I'm not leaving. Like, I've been here since 6th grade. I seen 8, 9, and 10 go to Cornell and Dartmouth. I ain't moving. That work is that work.
Yeah,
So my fault. So what is it like when you do have to build your team though? Like you get a player that was on another team and now he's joining your team.
Yeah.
And well, you had this kid since 8th grade, but it's not really working out. You might not have a spot. So what's that like?
Especially being in New York, right? New York,
Yeah.
you
It's
have
a million
5,
teams.
6
Yeah.
on the top circuit. So it's like they're gonna come from other places, and especially being in New York, it's like everyone's always gonna feel like, oh, that's my kid, right? So when they go to you, it's like, oh, you stealing them. So like, how is it when a top player is a top player? If a top player want to come to PSA, you're not about to say no.
You can though, because, and I know people, there's certain personalities that don't fit with what you have, right? Like, you could be a top point guard, and we could need a point guard, but you a shoot first point guard, but the dudes on the wings, that's 14 shots, that's another 14 shots. It's just math. You can't just add just because he nice. It got to fit the system. It got to fit the puzzle. It got to fit the team. It got to fit the coach. So, like, as a director, I've grown to, like, hey, yo, man, I think Shorty nice. What you think? Nah, I ain't dealing with his moms. Now you sure? Because if you choosing not to, we got to find somebody that's good, and you better win. So, it's not as simple as every nice kid that want to be here, we going to take him. because most of them ain't that nice. They think they that nice, but what we having, you can't mess it up, right?
Yeah, no, I want to know because it is like it is that sense of like, oh well, like he's a good kid, like I'm gonna take him, like good as in like he plays well, so like I'm gonna take him, like why would I add him to the team? But like you said, the chemistry, I think that's important because people can see like you can be as good as you want, but if you can't fit into a system or if you can't play a certain way or give your phone up,
No, all of
this
it,
is
man.
this
I
ain't for
mean,
you.
And we got to do a better job as directors and people that are recruiting of not taking kids that you know don't fit you.
That they do that too.
There's kids who you can be like, he could be, we can mold him into our stuff. Like I think if he's young, we can figure that part out, right? But the other thing is at the end, everybody's individual.
Yeah.
I hear that winning, but where them shots at, where this at, where that's at. So think about how elite you got to be to keep 6, 7 top 100 kids, 8 top 150 dudes. At that point, you agent like, man, forget that. We need more shots behind your back. So it's a lot that go into it. But to answer the question, I think if the kid want to stay, I'm not good at being like, you can't stay. I'm more like, I'm gonna just do the work later, and that's a lot of work. And you want to see me at my worst, catch me at 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning. Them coaches is like, this dude is annoying. But it's like, bro, I got a job to do. I got to get this done.
So at that point, is it like I'm just having an extra jersey that year, or is it like I want to hit? We need 10 players on our 17th team, or is it like we're keeping 12 this year because these two have been with us since?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to keep the 12 because of finances. Mm-hmm. Like Justin to tell you, the director that, yo man, you gonna start with 12, get to 10. If it's 11, now you got to be creative. It might be me saying, you know what, I'm gonna take care of youngin. I'll pay for the flight. It might be creative. It might be like, look, man, there's a dead period. You don't need that session. But you also got to give something, insert, hey, you're going to go to this camp, meaning like elite camps. So like we have to have a meeting before to structure what your summer looks like. He's going to Pangos, but you're going to Ryder elite camp. That person going to CP3, but I'm sending you to New Hampshire elite camp. Like we have to do things that are just aligned to you getting to college. And you got a family that understand that to be like, you're right. You're giving us the best shot to get seen. Our circuit isn't EYBL. Our circuit is all of these elite camps. So you'll send a dude to like 8 elite camps, $100 an elite camp. But you guys, a parent, hey man, listen, I know you be like to go on these trips. Little man not gonna play that much. Save that money. I'm gonna need you to go over here to Stony Brook real quick on this unofficial. Then I'm gonna need you to shoot over to Hartford. Like so now you got them a whole game plan.
Yeah.
Right? You got a game plan of I'm putting you in front of these coaches over and over. And when it happens, hey, I got my kid on campus. He at UMBC. Take a look at him. Townsend, hey, he coming down. So the parent, forget that flight. That's not it. I'll send you a hoodie, whatever you need. But our main goal has to be get these kids to school. You only as good as that. Like when we break everything down, your conversation about Jonas, Joel, et cetera, it's gonna come down to they found a way to make sure I got to school and gave me a chance. Because once you get in there, the rest on you, bro. It's a whole, you know what I'm saying? It's an island of play. So that 8, 9, 10. The best advice I can give parents, man, when you having that dialogue, ask if you 8, 9, 10, and then see the data that says where did 8, 9, 10 go. Parents skip over they ask about the circuit more than they asking about, hey, like let's say when I go to boarding schools, going back to that, I will ask them, hey, where did all the kids matriculate to in the last 5 years? The school. Then you get to the basketball coach, hey man, last 5 years, where the senior class went? I need to know.
Gotcha.
If you get to that conversation with AAU, they scared to give you that info. To your point, we had 7 seniors, 2 went JUCO, 3 went prep. This one went to LIU Brooklyn. You only have 1 and y'all played Adidas? Yeah, we just had 1. Or some people do the opposite. I'm flooded with kids playing up. So I never had the pressure of having a big class. I got 6 playing up. I got 3. Them 3 shooting up all the balls. They going to go D1. But if you start looking at across the Northeast and say, all right, 2021, 2022, all these classes, how many dudes went D1? You'll be astonished at the numbers. Like, I know this stuff because, like, that's competition for me. Oh, man, you trash. You only got 3 dudes in school. You've been running around for 7 months. That's all you got this year. That's it. But the hustle be 6 going JUCO, and now 2 years after JUCO, dude done went D1. Now we celebrating. But when you had him under your timeline, your jurisdiction, he went JUCO. And you knew he was going JUCO since sophomore year. Like, you see us? Oh, you ain't playing? You in a sweatsuit. No, you can't do that. You gotta get your academics together. You're not coming on this trip. One thing I don't know about is JUCO. No offense, I just don't know it. And the way the world is now, we have to do a better job of getting to know that, or an elite job of finding the low hanging fruit with the D1s and making sure you academically sound. So it's a lot of legwork behind the scenes.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Like, I think, for example, like the JUCO route, obviously with the 5 and 5 now, it's like, do you burn that year? You know, like, these are things that these are conversations that we talk about that we're like still trying to, do some, navigate and learn so we can educate, the people who get to watch this. And
I think it's great from a director, coach,
for sure,
point of view, for sure.
Yeah, no, and again, from a parent standpoint, if you're watching this, like, you definitely need to take notes. But then also, like, if you don't have anything and you got some free time, I think the book is actually,
You better go to Amazon.
it is. I think the book is actually, again, I said I read half of it, but like, it has a lot of gems and a lot of information. If you're a parent that struggles to learn, if you, again, just as a teacher, like, what's your style? Like, if you're a reader, definitely do it. If you're visual and you want to listen, tune in to the Basketballists. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do want to ask about. I do cover the circus. I have to ask about some players and stuff.
You guys crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, like, of course, we just talked about all the great stuff, but I just love like you actually hit it right on the head. Like, y'all was like the show this year, bro. Like, I do think the past 2 years y'all just dealt with some injuries, because even Dylan was the year before.
Twins.
The twin. Oh, my, like, y'all was nice that year. Y'all was nice. Then Colton this year.
Hospital.
Yeah. Jane got hurt.
Yeah, Jane.
Yeah. So right. So what was it like navigating through that? So y'all did have injuries and stuff, but what was it like? It probably was a great for like people. People probably see Micah where he was at Plainfield, like, killing. But people public school. But then he go do it against Beckham Black. He go do it against these guys. So what's it like to see a guy like that? Now, like you said, Kevin Boyle calling the phone. What's it like to see a come up like that?
Oh man, I mean, you know it's coming. So you kind of like, we chasing it, right? Like with Micah, you have a plan and you like, bro, we going everywhere. We just gonna go get it, right? Like, we gonna sign up for CP3, Pangos, and you planning it out. Hey, when you go to this camp, you need to do this. We need to come out of here with, I mean, obviously Overchi came out with the MVP.
You want MVP or Pangos?
Yeah, go MVP. But you want to keep that momentum. And then obviously kids got games they circling. But how do you get them to circle the game when Micah's like, that's Beckham? But then the next game, Moose is like, that's DeMarcus Henry. And Colton's like, yo, we playing Knipple. Like, these guys got their names target, but you still got to do it in the team concept. Like, so now you're teaching them, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but we got to come in the winner circle. Yeah. Like, you're going to have to answer to me. Like, the winner is the winner, right? So you take all of that energy, but you still, and this is what I mean about when dudes want to do them interviews that y'all see, they got to pull up to the hotel. So they're like, Munch, we trying to interview these kids. Fine. We at this hotel, meet at this time. So you structuring that while the weekend is happening. Because you're trying to keep them off their legs. You're trying to make sure they eating. You're trying to make sure they locked in. Think about a kid that's like, hey, the game is over and such want to interview me. We got a van outside waiting. And now we 25 minutes waiting on one kid. Or you taking the whole team to the hotel. A coach got to stay back. He might have to drive them. You might have to Uber them. So you got to come up with some structures even for that. But luckily, Nike's great with letting you know advance. Like, hey, they want to mic up this person. They want to do that. Then you also got to be not scared to say, nah, that kid not comfortable with that. He don't play well on the mic. They got to go back to him playing well. So now you got ruffled some feathers. People like, oh, I ain't jacking that. But what does it come back to? He don't play well. It don't matter. He not getting what he wants.
Yeah. I always, for New York versus New York, I think it was either last year or the year before, every time somebody was having a good first half, you see him at halftime, they taking that shirt off, they putting the mic on. And I would look at Jordan, I say, he about to play ass. Watch. Yep. Watch. He about to play ass. Because you know what I mean? Like,
it is different.
It's like you having a good game and then you just change up your sneakers. Like, why would you do that? You're already having a good game. Like, when one little thing could just throw it off. And I'll be like, bro, don't put that mic on him. He's gonna play ass. Please don't do that.
Yeah. But the feeling of when you write is priceless. Because you got little guards. Y'all going through that right now. A little guard, he ain't this, he ain't that. I'm like, what you talking about? Like, I'm watching it. Like, I'm sending you stuff in November, December, January. I'm telling you what he about to do. So now when they go out like I always tell them, give me the weapons I could use to work for you. Like Micah just made Slam. I don't know if it got announced, right? I can edit, whatever. But it was a lot.
It'll be out by the time
yeah, by the time we drop.
It was.
I'm leaking it.
So it's a lot to get it, right? But dudes know, like once I find the person, and he did this at ABCD, he did this at this, I'm sending it. So now he like you said, Mamba, I'm taking that, I'm hitting that, that's going here. And now they like, damn, Munch, you hella aggressive. That's my guy. I need him to have every opportunity. And eventually, if you playing well, that's going to equal right back to that NIL. So I want him to get this money. And reality is, think about it, you missed New Jersey. Every kid in Jersey watching him. Hey, man, you better go pull up the PSA. Musa, you missed New York. Every kid in New York, you better go play at PSA. Cohen, you Pennsylvania. All that's 3 markets in one. Your number 1 player in all these markets. Hey, man, you better go talk to your boy. You know what I mean? So you trying to get everything done to get the next one, right? Like, no reason. MJ posted out. Oh, man, I see what y'all did with Micah. Bet. New York, yo, y'all want to get serious? We ready to roll. Damian Moit. All right, so you keep going where
Coming up.
the dots are getting connected, but that's the key about what you're saying. Hey, you got these 3 pieces. What's the pieces you can add that's not, you can't get in this man way of his, you can't get his. We trying to get 2 burger boys and this dude to be the McDonald American. The plan already is we want to win, and now you knowing, yo, damn, we trying to have Colin be number 1 player in the country, finish number 1. We trying to get Musa to the burger game. We trying to get Micah to the burger game. How that's going to happen? You can't have another dude talking about I need 100 shots. Into Joel Patrick. Oh, I'm going to block everything, get a couple dump offs. You know what I mean? Manuel, yo, I'm space the court. So it's pieces to the puzzle. Now, we've had other dudes like, I'm trying to get with that. Y'all got it. Yeah, you want 15 shots, bro. You got to go look at the data. Dude's taking 16, 17 shots, get 15 points. But it's a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. And the importance, I want to just ask that to you. Like we talk about it, like you finding the right pieces. How important is it to find players that can be quote unquote positionless and do multiple things? We talk about how important that is.
Yeah, man.
But for you, with your program, how important is that?
It's super important because for us, these guys like to play different styles, right? One day you playing a Howard pulley and you switch 1 through 5. Right, you gotta be able to switch. You can't be hedging dudes picking and popping on you all night. Next day you might be playing Mac Irvin. They ain't really shooting it that great. We must be running in that zone. The other thing is you can't have dudes just play one position because now your playing time is jammed up. When we're recruiting guys, we're like, you're not playing in front or behind him. I need you to be able to play with each other. I need Peyton Wilson to play with Damian. I need Damian to play with Joel. I need Kevin Wheatley to play with Cohen behind side. Both of y'all sit at the same time. We need guys that can. Peyton Howell played a little bit with Micah.
I was about to say that he go to Lujan.
Yeah, he go to Lujan. But
I was about to say I loved how they played together a lot this year. They played together a lot.
You got the 2 guards, and what's gonna be your role when y'all together? Hey man, Micah, you got to move off, and this your minutes to go get to somebody. So
and it helps you in college.
Yeah, you got to have dudes that are versatile, but a lot of it is just mentality too, right? You can't be a guy. For me, I don't like nobody that's just trying to score and don't want to play no D. Like, we got to go play D on the other end. And the guys you naming, right? Dylan Mingo, guarding. Chap, guarding. Twins, blocking shots. Julius, guarding. Like, these teams are structured in that way first of, yo, my man, you got to guard somebody. You know what I mean? Or you got to find 5 that when they get critical, I don't care what that roster look like. Who's the 5 dudes that when we need stops, that's the lineup we going to?
I think that's something, again, going to Vegas was my first EYBL.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, crazy, right? I've watched it online, and then seeing it in person, I don't think people get to talk about it enough, but like, defense is insane. Yeah. Like, everybody's like, yo, we got to defend. The couple games I watched,
24
all ages, defense. Like, and then get run, then go, then push the ball, and then play mismatch. You guys did a great job. The game I watched the 16s. You guys did a good job. Again, a lot of positionalists, but you guys picked the mismatches.
Yeah, fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Like,
made me feel good as a coach.
But then,
see that.
Obviously, we spent the whole thing. Of course, you try to get kids to school. Of course, you're trying to get the kids to Burger Bar. Of course, you're trying to get the kids to McDonald's. How does it feel to like come up short from not winning Peach Jam? Like, I know you're probably competitive as hell. All of us are. So how does it feel like, oh, I didn't win Peach Jam this year. We didn't get it done.
You know what's crazy? For me, and these guys know, the first thing is let's get the Peace Jam. We need all 3 teams at Peace Jam. Then we want to win the Peace Jam. The other guys, their emotions of we didn't win lasts a lot longer than me. I'm 30 minutes and I'm on to try to find kids' schools. Because it's like you get a chance, and obviously vacation kicking in. I've learned that like whenever God wants this to happen, it's gonna happen. But you gotta chase it. You gotta be prepared. You gotta practice hard, get the right pieces. Like y'all watching us. Do it look like we cutting any corners? No. Never. But when it's our turn, we gonna get it. Right? Like we got another group that's coming up. If everybody stays still, we got a shot at winning it, right?
For sure.
But for me, it's you can't stay in that space. You gotta move because the world is moving. And like in the mix of it, like they'll tell you if we on a 15-hour bus ride home, that's like 15 hours from Peace Jam.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
We on that bus. Yeah. I already started working on next year's team, working on keeping the pieces that we need, working on schools for the seniors. Like I'm not allowed to mourn. Now, when I was younger and I was the one coaching it, and then I'm like, yo, we right there, Elite 8 championship, Final Four. I was emotional for hella long. But now, you don't get nothing. It's not like, I don't think, we've only been to the championship and a bunch of Final Four stuff. But I think the respect that you earn from the other stuff about getting guys to school and all of that, it could suffice until you win it, right? Now, we was average as hell and all of that other stuff, I'll probably be losing my mind. Because I'm like, damn, we ain't good at nothing, right? Yeah. So we know dudes that really ain't good at nothing. They've been losing too. So I have a saying that's always like, until God really wants you to have it, this market, somebody not going to make it every year. Just numbers. Couple going to make it. But to win it, you need health, luck, talent, a closer, a good coach, super chemistry. You need a lot to go right. And we just keep, to this point in the last few, bro, you get injuries. You can't do nothing without them. Like Dylan got hurt first game.
This team was really good this year. I think that was like the most show-stopping. I think if y'all had Dylan with the twin, y'all was tough.
And they had chemistry.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they had great coaching, really good chemistry, and add this piece. And it's the part about like when you got so many pieces, everybody hollering at them. We had Jaden Hodge at 16s and Josiah at 16. So we moved all of them dudes up. And then at some point, everybody's like, to your point, y'all got too many. Negative recruiting is crazy. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So they on their phones banging. And it goes back to Ike's point. We understand at that point, somebody's making a business decision. That they believe whatever they got to do is the best business decision. And you give them a shout out if it worked. And if you don't, you just like, see, another one bites the dust. But it's hard to keep. For New York, you either gotta get,
and that's what it's a hub. Like,
it's not even just New York.
New York. It's Northeast.
You could go play for if you live in New York. You could go play for a final. You could go play for
saying their names before they start thinking. You can go play for PSA.
You can go play for PSA. Nah, Munch, we appreciate you, dog. This was great. I know we've been.
I got one last one.
Okay.
You've been in it for so long. You know what I'm saying? You developing as coach, mentor, program director. What's one of the biggest things you've learned from the kids along the way? Like something that they taught you.
Good final question.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll start from the low-hanging fruit. They always make sure my feet game right. Low-hanging fruit. They like, yo, Coach Munch, that ain't it. Or like, you good, right? So, and that plays into you moving in spaces where like the younger generation want to see like he still kind of got a concept of what we doing. That they've taught me to like, you gotta let them make mistakes. You gotta give them some level of freedom to make decisions. And you gotta just naturally as a person, you at 18, you gotta do some of these things. At 17, you're gonna do some of these things. And like having that calm, because I'm one to be like, before you take that left, stop. You're gonna mess this up. It's gonna take me too long to fix it. They've taught me like, bro, no matter how much you think you're gonna stop it, this gonna happen. Like, if I don't do that, I'm gonna go do this. So I've had to be more mature in that space of, damn, just let them go through their maturation as a man 14, they gonna look like this. 16, they gonna look like that. 17, they gonna try this. The girl's probably coming in at this time. The option of a drug's coming in at that time. They gonna get a little money at this time. So like learning them as humans to just be accepting, right? Like I'm reading the book Let Them by Mel Robbins, right?
Yep.
And the book is always talking about just let things be what it's gonna be, and you control your peace.
Yep.
So I've had to learn that without them telling me and just showing me. Like before I was mad rigid, like, yo, bro, I'm not, nah, you can't go to this and you're gonna get hurt. You can't do that. Now it's like, bro, you wanna play in New York, cool, but I'm gonna get to them and tell them they can't happen until Peace Jam over. Right? So like structuring that, but letting them be in their maturation as young men. Dave taught me that. Dave also taught me that basketball isn't as serious that people want to make it. They're gonna value what you do for them as men in life. Like my relationship with Chris McCullough is so much more than what he did when he played AAU. It's sport. Like, yo, bro, I'm so proud of you getting your degree. I'm so proud of you being a man, taking care of your family, being a father. Like just being cool with the other stuff outside of ball, right? I probably can keep going, but to say the least, to be honest, they made me mature. Like, I came in the game, you 22, 23. I ain't never get to go to the club and run wild or smoke or drink or none of that, because they always keep you aligned on, bro, you got to get up in the morning and go do X. And discipline, right? Like, I don't got no kids, stepson, but no biological kids, because of, like, when you chasing this, at that age, you like, I ain't got no time for nothing that'll slow me down. So they teach you, like, you can go out and still be elite at this, but go do that. Like, me and Colton's super close because of golf. Like, yo, you a big golfer, I'm gonna go hit you know what I'm saying? Like, or like different kids, like me and Hassan Diarra, Tyson, you know, into the Lord. Like you Amari Spellman into poetry. So when they learn, like, damn, you into that too, you let your guard down. Like, I took photography and holdiness, and Tyson big on camera. Right? So like, they making me better. And this way this is, they getting sharper at times. So it makes you kind of be on your P's and Q's, right? Like, and you're a representation of them. Like, the last thing to do, like your point, yo, I'm jumping, before you even meet me, like, yo, I'm hearing great things. You see me and I'm high out. You like, this lane? Right? So now they making you elevate yourself. Like, yo, I need to get smarter. I need to get this. Like, now you see 5, 6 PSA dudes on wrote books since my first one. They like, yo, appreciate you because you gave me that freedom of the guilt of being educated. Like, I can write a book and I can teach you that. So we teaching each other. It's dope, man, because what people don't get to see outside of basketball, it's like that real relationship, you know? Yeah. I got really good questions. I'm proud of you.
You asked us to come with it. You asked us to come with it.
You came up to me.
A lot off the top, no phones, no nothing. The Jay-Z brains.
Y'all doing
We've been talking about it all just for the time.
We've been
talking about it all. I said, yo, when we come together, it's gonna be great.
And I'm glad you said that, because let them know there's no magic man behind the cameras, nothing. It's us. We just said,
I did great.
We just chat. We just is ball talk, man. We
care about the game, bro, and want to so much.
And we care about the people in this area, the tri-state area. Like, we just want to see basketball go in the right direction. And then help really is just really help these kids and these parents, like, understand what this is now. It's a different ball game. But I guess, I mean, they can't really reach out, because
you know who this is.
Hey, if you didn't,
they'll see the clips.
Hey, check this out on Amazon. He's also got Our PSA. If you guys want to read that, I think that's a very good book for a lot of young men.
In the description.
Yes, definitely go check them out. And again, like, subscribe. We want to just hit us up with more people. Like, this is great. We're doing it. Yeah, we're gonna get some more prominent people within the hoop game, and just kick knowledge and keep chopping it up and just keeping this game, like we just said, moving forward. So we appreciate you. Thank you for taking this time to go to recruit.
Yeah.
30. We'll see you guys soon.
Time to go get the 30-30s. Right?
30-30s.